What's the cost of getting better? Or is getting better the cost? We're told now in life comes free, and that if you want peace, power, or self-respect, then you need to be ready to give something up for it. Time, pride, pain, and pennies. But is that the final word? What if the desire to be better is the very thing stopping us from being our best? Turns out the more you pay for something, the higher value you place on it. I was watching a TED talk the other day, and the lady on there was saying a study had been done where a shopkeeper was randomly increasing or decreasing the cost for an energy drink with random participants. And when asked afterwards, those who had paid more said they believed they felt sharper after drinking it. Going to show that cost isn't just what we pay, it's also how we value things.
Why?
Alan Watts asks if the chase is even worth it. Like, are we really going anywhere? In a talk he does, he says, suddenly, when you're about 40 or 45 year old, in the middle of life, you wake up one day and say, I've arrived. And by Joe, I feel pretty much the same as I've always felt. In fact, I'm not so sure I don't feel a little bit cheated. Because you see, you were fooled. You were always living for somewhere where you weren't. He goes on to say, there's no use planning for a future which, when you get to it and it becomes the present, you won't be there. You'll be living in some other future that hasn't yet arrived. Kind of makes you wonder what the point of all the clamming really is, doesn't it? I don't know if he's got a point, but I know it's a great excuse to take the day off when you need it. I feel like Alan Watts makes a really great point in terms of living for the now and being appreciative of what you've got. I think it really does help with being able to get on with life and not being so caught up and maybe good for your mental health. What I would say is, he says to just be happy, and I think some people can't just be happy in their current situation. Perhaps the situation is deteriorating or is volatile, and in those times people can't just sit around and try and think of the of the good things. They've got to make moves, they've got to make decisions. So I would say it's a balance. It's a balancing act. You've got to know when to put the gas on and improve your own life, but when to also recognise that you've achieved what you were after, that you set out to do, you've improved your life, you're in a better spot, you're feeling great, and now maybe it's a time for yourself to take the gas off a bit, because some people struggle to do that. For those who are chasing ambition, heavy grafters, and those who think work is the only way forward, I hear you, and maybe you're right. Maybe I'm missing something that I'll later find in life, and I hope I do. But if I'm not wrong, then when it comes to the end of my time, I hope not to be great, not to be remembered, not to be fantastic, because no matter if you're remembered now, your fears, and no matter if you're great, you'll be forgotten. But I do hope to be proud of myself when I die. Not because of what I've achieved, but because of who I was when I lived and did those things. Did I remain integral and honest? Did I try to help people? Did I avoid hurting people when the opportunities arise to get ahead? Did I leave the world in a better place? Can I at least leave thinking I did? That is the mark of greatness, not a business or dynasty, but whether you can leave the world a proud man or woman. So maybe if you're trying to get better at something, you can try and get better at accepting where you're at. That doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It means accepting where you're starting from before you achieve them. If you'd like to look into any more of the ideas I've brought up in this video, then please see the sources in the description of everything that I've used today, and thank you for joining me.